Welcome everyone. Myself, Dr. Nangum Sarat Singh. I'm working as an assistant professor in the Department of Zoology, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan Government Art College, Yanam. Today, in this lecture, I'm going to talk about the selective enrichment technique, which is a very popular and a common technique used for the isolation of microorganisms from the environmental samples. This lectures is part of an online faculty inductions or orientation programs organized by Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, University of Delhi. In these lectures, I'll be covering the following topics: what is cultural media, what are the basic compositions of a cultural media, what is selective enrichment techniques, and finally, I will give an examples of how to isolate the bacteria which are capable of degrading the pesticides using the selective enrichment techniques. Culture media or growth media is any media, either solids or liquids, which are designed to support the growth of the microorganisms or cells. So it can be a liquid media, as you can see in the conical flask, or it can be a solid media, you can see in the petri dish. Culture media are broadly divided into four types: neutron media, minimal media, selective media, and the differential media. Neutron media is a neutron-rich media which contains a lot of amino acids and other energy source. Okay, these media are also known as the undefined media because the exact compositions of each components or each compound or each chemical presence in the neutron media is unknown. Okay. On the other hand, we have a minimal media which contains a minimum amount of nutrients possible for the growth of the microorganisms or the cells. The third is the selective media, which are used to grow only selective microorganisms. For example, if a microorganism is resistant to certain antibiotics, okay, such microorganisms can be isolated using the uh, antibiotics in the culture media. Okay, and the fourth is the differential media, also known as the indicator media, which are used to distinguish one microorganisms from another, which are going on the same media. These differential media are generally used in the biochemical characteristic of the microorganisms. Every culture media contains an energy source, which are generally an organic compound. Okay? And it also contains a various source of the macro elements as well as the micro elements. Okay? It contains a buffering agents in order to maintain the pH of the media. Okay, the selective enrichment techniques is any techniques that encourage the growth of a particular species or group of microorganisms in a selective media. So in the pictures you can see an environment, the group of microorganisms that is present in the environment. So when they are cultured in a selective media encourage the growth of only the pink group of microorganisms. Okay, and all the others microorganisms are inhibited. Okay, so that you get the culture which contains only the pink group of microorganisms. So this is selective enrichment technique. So it relies on the principle of selections. Okay, the pink group of microorganisms which you found here has a certain advantage over the remaining group of microorganisms, so that they are able to grow in the selective media. Okay, so the pink groups of microorganisms are selected against all the other remaining bacterial groups. Okay. Examples: if you want to isolate the nitrogen fixing bacteria, you can use the nitrogen free media, so that only those bacteria which are capable of utilizing the atmospheric free nitrogens, okay, are able to grow in the selective media. Then if you want to isolate an autotrophs or the photosynthetic bacteria, you can use a media which does not contain any organic compound as the energy source. Okay, so that only those bacteria which are capable of synthesizing their own organic compounds will be able to grow in the selective media. Okay, similarly, thermophilic bacteria can be isolated by incubating the samples at a very high temperatures. Okay. Also, antibiotic-resistant bacteria can be isolated using the antibiotic-containing growth media. Similarly, bacteria capable of degrading man-made xenobiotics compounds can be isolated by adding the compound as the source of any of the essential macro elements. But it can be carbon source, it can be used as a nitrogen source. If the compound contains sulfur, then it can be used as a sulfur source, or compounds like organophosphorus pesticide can be used as a phosphorus source. Okay. So, isolation of pesticide degrading bacteria using selective enrichment techniques are generally carried out in two-step enrichment. First, the soil enrichments, and then followed by the broad enrichments. In the soil enrichments, the soils which you collected from the environments are subjected to a very high concentrations of pesticides. Okay, so that only organisms which are able to tolerate the very high concentrations of the pesticide can survive in the soils. Okay, then little amounts of this enriched soils are transferred into a broad media. Okay, and the broad media should be a selective media. Okay, so the organisms which can utilize the pesticide as a sole source of any macro elements, either carbons, nitrogen, sulfurs, or phosphorus, will be able to survive in the broad media. Okay, similar to the soil enrichment, here also you are going to increase the concentrations of the pesticides in the broad media. Okay, then once the broad enrichment is over, you take a very small amount of enriched media on a petri dish and spread it. Okay, then you will get distinct bacterial colonies, okay, which are capable of utilizing the pesticide as the source energy source. Okay, so you pick the individual colony and stick it on the fresh agar plate. The strict plates are subjected to repeated subcultures until you get the pure bacterial colonies. Okay, thus a bacterial species or a specific bacteria capable of utilizing the pesticides or capable of degrading the pesticides can be isolated using the selective enrichment techniques. Thank you.